sweet like a buttercup. You're a Barbie doll. Show them all what I'm made of. Strut down the hall. Won't stop till I get enough.
All right, so we're back for another deep dive, and today we're going to be looking at something pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Kind of a controversial story involving M.I.A., the NFL.
Yeah, Jay-Z. Lots of interesting
Jay-Z, right?
big names.
Yeah, so just to give everyone kind of the lay of the land here, our sources for this deep dive are going to be a 2025 article from hot97.com and a 2018 interview that M.I.A. did with Huck magazine.
Okay.
And we're going to be kind of trying to figure out, like, what really happened between M.I.A. and the NFL.
Yeah.
And what role did Jay-Z play in all of this, allegedly?
Right, yeah, because there's a lot of back and forth, it seems like. And also just like, how much power do these big institutions have over artists?
Yeah.
Like, how much leverage do they really have?
Yeah, so let's rewind all the way back to 2012.
Okay.
Super Bowl XLEM, right?
Yeah.
So we got Madonna headlining the halftime show.
Right.
M.I.A. is on stage with her.
Yep.
And then, boom, right in the middle of the performance. M.I.A. gives the camera the middle finger.
Oh, yeah, that was a big moment.
Not exactly the family-friendly image that the NFL is usually going for.
Not at all. And you got to remember, I mean, these Super Bowl halftime shows.
Right.
Like, these are massive global events, millions and millions of people watching.
Yeah.
These performer contracts, they're really strict.
Oh, yeah?
Like, anything that you do that's not pre-approved, you can get hit with some serious penalties.
Exactly. So the NFL, they're not messing around.
No.
A month after the incident, they hit M.I.A. with a claim for $1.5 million.
That's a lot of money for one finger.
I was going to say, for one finger, that's a pretty expensive gesture.
Yeah, exactly. But that wasn't even the end of it.
No?
Believe it or not.
Okay.
It gets worse.
All right.
2 years later, they decide, you know what? We want more.
Wow.
They tack on an extra $15.1 million.
What?
Bringing the total to $16.6 million.
Okay, so I get it. They got to protect their brand.
Right.
Super Bowl is huge.
Of course.
But how do they justify that amount? Like, where does that number even come from?
Well, they claim breach of contract.
Right.
But more importantly, damage to their reputation. Remember, the Super Bowl's like their crown jewel.
Yeah.
They protect that brand fiercely.
Yeah.
That $16.6 million, that was a message.
Yeah.
Not just to M.I.A., but to every performer out there.
Right.
Don't even think about stepping out of line.
Don't mess with us.
Exactly.
So did this actually go to court?
No, it didn't, actually.
Okay.
They ended up reaching a private settlement in 2014.
Okay.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
We don't know the details.
Of course not. Right. Private settlement, I mean.
Yeah, it was never made public.
So we're left wondering what M.I.A. might have had to agree to.
Right.
If it was actually fair.
Yeah, exactly.
But she didn't talk about it publicly for a while, right?
Not for a few years, no. It was in 2018, in an interview with Huck magazine, that she actually broke her silence.
Okay.
And when she did, she didn't hold back.
Okay.
She called the whole lawsuit ridiculous. And she said that it really showed her who had her back in the industry and who didn't.
And that's where Jay-Z enters the picture.
Exactly. Because at the time, Jay-Z was managing her.
Right. Through Roc Nation.
Yeah, under his label, Roc Nation.
Yep.
And according to M.I.A., the contract that the NFL gave her,
it
was really restrictive.
Okay.
It basically gave them the right to, like, all of her earnings.
All of them.
If she made over $2 million from the performance, they could claim, like, 100%.
Wow.
And according to M.I.A., Jay-Z encouraged her to sign it.
Seriously?
Yeah, she even quoted him as saying, you should sign that shit.
I mean, we haven't heard Jay-Z's side of the story or anything, but if that's true, that's pretty messed up.
It raises a lot of questions.
Yeah.
About the role of artist managers.
Totally. And like how much power they have.
Yeah. And how much are they really looking out for their artists' best interests?
Right. Because we're talking about someone's entire livelihood here.
Exactly. And on the one hand, you have this massive institution, the NFL,
Yeah.
they're calling the shots, dictating the terms.
Yep.
And then on the other hand, you have the manager who's supposed to be protecting the artist.
Right.
And according to her, he's advising her to sign this potentially exploitative agreement.
Yeah, it's like a lose-lose situation.
It's really complicated.
So we have the Super Bowl incident, the lawsuit, the secret settlement, M.I.A.'s claims about Jay-Z, and then what?
Well, that's where things get even more interesting.
Okay.
Fast forward to 2025, M.I.A. is doing an Instagram Live. And she makes some pretty shocking accusations.
Like what?
She actually calls the NFL contract Slavery.
Whoa, hold on. She actually used that word.
Yeah, slavery.
Oh.
She claims that it would have given the NFL control over her entire future earnings.
Okay.
Basically like a form of indentured servitude.
That's a heavy accusation.
It is, and she reiterates that Jay-Z told her to sign it.
So if this is true, we're talking about Jay-Z, right? Global superstar.
Right.
Advising a less established artist to sign a contract that many would consider predatory.
Yeah, it's hard to wrap your head around.
It just doesn't seem to add up.
It's really difficult to reconcile, especially given Jay-Z's own experiences.
Right.
Like, he's talked about the challenges of the music industry, advocating for artists' rights.
Yeah.
It's just a very layered situation.
Totally. And then there's that whole thing she said about Jay-Z suggesting plastic surgery.
Oh, right, during their first meeting.
Yeah. Do you think that's connected?
I think it might provide some context to their professional relationship.
Okay.
Like, maybe it hints at a level of control that Jay-Z might have exerted over her career.
Right, especially when it came to her image.
Exactly how she presented herself.
So we have these conflicting accounts, a secret settlement, some pretty serious allegations about power and exploitation.
It's definitely murky, but I think what's clear is that this isn't just about a middle finger at the Super Bowl.
No.
This is about something much bigger.
It's about the power dynamics.
Exactly.
The control.
Yeah.
The potential for exploitation in the music industry.
Absolutely.
It makes you wonder, like, what happens when an artist feels pressured to sign something they don't really agree with?
Yeah, or that they don't even fully understand.
Right.
Like, how do they navigate that?
Yeah. And who do they turn to?
Exactly.
I mean, it's a tough situation.
It is, and it really highlights the need for transparency and fair representation.
Especially when you're dealing with these huge organizations.
Yeah, like the NFL.
Right.
These contracts can be so complex.
Oh, yeah.
It's crucial to have legal counsel.
Someone on your side.
Exactly.
Right.
Who can really advocate for your best interests.
Yeah.
Break down all that legal jargon. Make sure you're not getting into something you're going to regret later.
Because I imagine it's not just the legal stuff.
No.
It's overwhelming.
It's also psychological.
Oh, yeah.
Think about it. You're a young artist.
Yeah.
Maybe you're new to the industry. And you have someone like Jay-Z, a legend, telling you to sign something.
Yeah. That's going to be a lot of pressure.
It's immense, and especially for artists who maybe don't have a strong support system.
Right. Or feel like they owe something to these powerful figures.
Exactly.
This really emphasizes the need for good mentors.
Yes, and support systems that actually prioritize the artist's well-being.
People who are going to have their back no matter what.
Absolutely. People who will help them navigate this crazy business.
So, zooming out for a second.
Yeah.
Why should the listener care about this?
That's a good question.
It seems like kind of a specific situation.
Right.
But I think there are some broader lessons here.
I agree.
I think it's a reminder to be critical of what we hear, to question everything.
Yeah, question assumptions.
To be aware of the power dynamics.
Absolutely, because those are at play everywhere, not just in music.
Right, in every situation. Yeah. It's easy to get caught up in the headlines, the gossip.
Right.
But we need to dig a little deeper.
Think about the bigger picture.
Yeah. What are the ethical considerations here?
Exactly.
What are the consequences for everyone involved?
Well, and not just the negative consequences, but the positive ones, too. Like,
right.
What can we learn from that?
What can we do better?
Exactly.
I think this is a good example of how something that seems like a small thing.
Yeah, like a middle finger
Right.
can actually be a symptom of much larger issues.
Like systemic issues.
Exactly. Issues of power and control.
And it can happen anywhere.
In any industry, any field.
It's about being aware, being informed.
And being willing to speak up.
Even if it's uncomfortable.
Even if it's hard.
Because that's how we start to make a difference.
That's how we create change.
Yeah, it's about recognizing that we all have a role to play.
Absolutely.
So yeah, this has definitely been a deep dive.
It has.
From a middle finger at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
To allegations of slavery.
And everything in between.
It's a story with no easy answers.
And a lot of questions still unanswered.
But we've learned a lot.
We have.
About the music industry.
The power of institutions.
The importance of having good people on your side.
And the courage to stand up for what's right.
Exactly.
Even when it's hard.
All right, well, on that note, we'll let everyone ponder all of this.
Yeah, think about the bigger picture.
And hopefully continue the conversation.
Absolutely.
Because it's a conversation that needs to be had.
For sure.
And we'll be back soon to dive into another fascinating topic.
Can't wait.
See ya!
Sound the alarm. I'm coming up. We'll have a ball. I'm sweet like a buttercup, you're a puppy dog. Show them all what I'm made of. Strut down the hall, won't stop till I get